Tell Ron your time as a phone sex operator.
Oh my God. So I was a phone sex operator, Ron. And yeah, that was in New York City also. And it was back in the day, you know, way before AI and all that stuff. So it was literally like, you know, us in a bunch of booths in an office in New York City, like a real office. If you walked in there, you would think it was like stockbrokers or something because it looked totally normal. But really, it was a bunch of probably 30 to 50 women sitting behind cubicles, eating fried chicken and making noises with their fingers like they're, you know, getting licked. Yeah. So that was, the phone sex days were probably about 3 years as I was struggling actor and comedian in my New York City days. And
wait, you did this for 3 years and you had to literally check in an office with 30 or 50 other people?
Uh-huh.
It was one giant room with cubicles?
Yes, one giant room with cubicles, all women except for like 2 guys that worked security, and everybody else was female that worked there.
Right.
And yeah, it was a crazy job. Like the stories and the phone calls, the nasty men. That's why I quit. First of all, the money is horrible. It's not what you think. It's terrible. Right. And second of all, the people you talk to are so creepy, like 75% creepy, 25% normal and just lonely, you know, whatever. But
give us a creepy one.
I'll give you a creepy one. Okay, so this guy used to call all the time, and he would start out as Denise. I'm sorry, he would start out as Dan, right? And then through the call, he would like literally change his voice over time. He was in his office, or he would say, "I'm in my office, and when you say the word umbrella, then I'm gonna slowly change from Dan into Danielle or whatever." And so I would have to put the word umbrella into normal conversations. So I would just be like, "Okay, so hey Dan, how you gonna go outside today? It's raining. You gonna take your umbrella?" And there'd be this pause, and he'd be like, "Umbrella, umbrella must turn into Danielle. I am Danielle now. Oh, I'm Danielle. Therefore, I'm going to put on my panties and my bra. I'm Danielle now. I must do whatever you tell me." And he would, that was the voice. It was like that creepy. Like that's what he thought a female sounded like. And so he would like say, I don't know if he was actually doing these things, but either way, it's creepy. He would like start putting on panties and bra and all this whole thing.
God.
And I would have to instruct him on what to do. And he had this whole thing, like tell me to drink the vodka out of my desk. And he would take out vodka and he'd start swigging it. Tell me to do this, tell me to do that. And then eventually it would end up where he was at like one of those, what are they called? Like the XXX places where you go and put your dick through a wall and what's that called? It has a name. I can't think of the name of it. But you know what I mean? You put your dick through a wall and you get it sucked or something.
It's a glory hole is what you're...
There you go. Glory hole. I couldn't think of the name. I knew you would know.
I hope you know that.
Ron, that means I go there. Of course, that's what that means. Instead of having this general knowledge on things, it means
I did not know that was the name.
You did not know for real?
No.
Oh, everyone knows.
How you? I don't even have a license.
I knew, but it's early.
I have a question. Because I've called. What was the name? Like they have these like it's 1-800 something like.
Oh right.
So it was honestly I don't know because there was so many different numbers. Yes, there was like it was all those are under the same umbrella, the same company.
Umbrella.
Right?
Right.
How much was it? How much was it? Was it per minute? How much were they getting charged?
So yeah, it was per minute and it depended on the type of call. There was literally like categories of types of calls, but generally speaking, probably at the time, $2.99, $3.99 a minute, something like that.
That adds up.
The company gets most of that, and then we get a tiny percentage of it. We got paid by how long we kept the guy on the phone. So you actually didn't want them to release. You wanted to like change the subject as much as you could but still stay sexy enough that they stay on the phone, keep them interested. And the longer they stayed on the phone, the more money we made. So
oh
that
my
was the challenge.
God.
That was the challenge because a lot of guys did not want to stay on the phone.
Did you have to, did they give you like a sheet with categories and you would check off the categories you were willing to do?
Yes, I had a book. It was like this thick. This thing was like the Bible, and it was like all the categories. So yeah, there were times I would flip to a page. Oh God, this guy wants to talk about wrestling. I don't know anything about wrestling. There was all this huge thing about like you're wrestling me and you're bigger than me and you're gonna stomp me and there's this thing about getting your dick stomped on with heels and all this stuff. Oh, I don't know. I didn't know half the stuff. So I'd have to look it up, read the script, and then, to turn them on. But
hey,
there was all kinds of categories.
Opie, so I did a little research. Opie told me you were coming on, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
I took some of the, my roommate's gay. He has baby oil in the bathroom.
Okay.
I have some here.
Too much information.
Can you give us a little sample of the old Telly in the days?
Oh my God!
Can you give us some sexiness?
Right. Wait, you want me to talk to your roommate? Is that what you're saying?
No, me. Me.
Okay.
My roommate wouldn't care.
I'll talk to you, but why did you tell me about your gay roommate having oil in the bathroom? Is that part of the call?
Ron,
he really does. My roommate has baby oil in the bathroom.
There's a lot going on in Astoria with Ron.
Oh my God!
This is the God's honest truth.
There's a lot.
I called once, and I was high as fuck.
You called
that's what everybody says.
I was out of my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm like Scarface. That type of out of my mind. I remember the woman goes, "Oh, you're really good." I was like actually like turning her on. I was like, "Oh," she goes, "You're really good at this." And I was so high, there's no way I couldn't even get had.
She was playing to your ego, Rod.
She was playing to your ego. Of course, she wanted those minutes. Did you stay on the phone a long time?
I got a phone bill. It was in the hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
And I called the phone company and said, "Hey, someone broke into my place and used my phone."
Yeah.
And they gave me a one-time okay.
Oh, they did?
I said, "Hey, listen, I actually got broken into. These kids broke into my place, and they were on my phone, and they were using my television, and they punched up some dirty movies. Is there any way you can clear?" And Mr. Berman, you're a valued customer. It was like Verizon. Sure, we'll do it. It was like $300-400.
So I gotta ask.
That's true.
The company's made millions. Obviously, just listening to Ron's story, that times thousands and thousands of people. The companies were making ridiculous money. How much were you making a year? Would you say about
a year?
Yeah, about
35,000. I'm telling you, it was a shit job.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a shit job. So it was an hourly pay, right? At the time, this is like in the 90s, right? To put it in perspective, but still. So it was a long time ago, but it was maybe $12 an hour, like a base pay.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got commissions based on how long you kept them on the phone, and like bonuses based on if you got repeat callers, somebody that called over and over again and asked for you specifically. My name was Amelia, by the way. You don't use your real name.
Amelia?
Amelia, yes. I had an extension and everything. 111. You've reached Amelia at 111. So yeah, that was.
That is wild.
So I would say the average would be maybe $20 an hour. I mean, it wasn't for that time. It was like okay, but I mean, it wasn't great. It was.
Is this Monday? Like, what are you 5 days a week?
No, I went in maybe 3 or 4 days a week, but it was long shifts, like 10 hours or something. I don't even remember, but yeah, it was like one part-time job I had, and I had like one or two more, like as a waitress or something.
Yeah, we don't care about the waitress stuff. We care about this. No, so when you're in the room, were you guys like bonding with each other, like get a hold of this, what I'm gonna say here and all that crap? Or did you
sometimes you would like say something to the person next to you, like, oh my God, I can't believe I just talked to this asshole who wanted to, do his kid or whatever, like the creepy stuff.
Right.
Because that's literally why I quit, because it was so creepy. Like the people were creepy beyond creepy, like pedophile shit and stuff.
All right. Let's back out of that immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Exactly. So yeah, it was creepy, and we didn't have to talk about that anyway, which I didn't. I hung up on those people, but just knowing it was out there was creepy. So yeah, we would kind of bond about stuff here and there, but mostly you were just kind of to yourself. And I just couldn't wait to get out of there.
It sounds so depressed. Who got you involved with this, and why did you think this was a good idea instead of working at, I don't know, Applebee's or something?
So I was working at Radio City Music Hall as a tour guide, right? And they had this weird rule there that I was a tour guide. I used to show people around Radio City, and here's the stage, and here's the Rockettes. Let's go visit a Rockette. So I did that for 2 years, and then they kind of kicked us out. They had this weird rule about working only 2 years because they thought you would get I don't know,
complacent,
burnt out, right?
Oh, okay.
So I had 2 gay friends that I still have at the time, and they saw this ad. I think it was in the Village Voice for
they had those in the Village Voice, in the back of the Village Voice. They had all that type of ads.
For phone
sex workers.
Yep. And so they were like, you should do this. You have a sexy voice. You should totally do this. I dare you. It was like a dare. And I was like, I'll do it. I'll call and get an interview. So I did. It started on a dare, and it ended up being an actual job for me. They couldn't believe I actually did it.
Wow. That's wild.
Plus, it's really good training when you're an actor, because I'm an actor, and so you have to play all these parts. Like I had to be, in one day I had to be like a transsexual, or like a wrestler, or very submissive, or very dominant, or just all these things.
Did you have to take like a training course?
No, you just acted it out, and
just go.
Yeah, you just go. It's totally
you didn't take a seminar first.
No, total improv.
Here's another question. Did any of the girls doing it, did any of them,
get off? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But it's not the kind of girls you'd actually want to see getting off. Like, most of them, looked like me, or they were fatter, or...
Hold on. So they're pleasuring themselves while talking to the person.
Yeah, but they're like 500 pounds, and, they're literally eating fried chicken. There was a fried chicken place across the street, so people could go there. It smelled like fried chicken and grease and vag in there. It was disgusting.
Oh my God.
Disgusting. And they're literally, like using the chicken to lick their fingers to make it sound, you had
to
make
describe the projects.
Right.
Yeah. Some of them used the chicken, some of them used their actual vag to get off.
Oh my God.
I did not do that. Please know that. But a lot, because I was so disgusted by the fried chicken vag smell that, I couldn't go there.
Right.
So, it must have smelled like fucking low tide in August.
It did.
Oh, God.
Like a Jersey beach. It was disgusting.
I think
Opie, you see the questions I asked?
No. Ron.
I'm like an investigative reporter.
No, I think her description.
I'm like Bernstein and Woodward.
I think her description was way better. Fried chicken and vag.
But I got
the low tide thing. We all know that's the go-to.
No. It was the questions that got us there. Were they making sound? Were they moaning?
Yes. Oh yeah, of course.
Did anyone have? Did anyone have?
They wanted to hear the guys, they wanted to hear that. Oh, come on, get off with me, come with me, and they would, you'd have to make the sound, so you have to fake it, or
not
really doing it.
Go method.
Really doing it.
Did anyone
what about the 2 security guards? Are they banging the girls?
I don't know the answer to that. I didn't talk to them too much. There was one guy that was, he would hang out. It was like a break room, and he would hang out in the break room and watch General Hospital, and I always found that really funny, and he was really into it. Just be like, yeah, because into the storylines.
Because for him, it was just a day at work.
It's just a day at work.
He was like, whatever, I'll watch General Hospital. Did any of the girls bring props to make the noises better? They did.
God, yeah, there were props. And the fried chicken was a prop, and other food items, and some had dildos, like actual dildos.
Oh my God! Did any of the?
They would suck them that they could, sound like they were sucking a dick.
Right. I'm just stopping you before we get too graphic. But the other, did any of the girls cross the line and start meeting up? Was that part of? Could you go to the next level with this?
I didn't, but I think some girls maybe did. But if you were caught doing that, you would be fired.
Yeah, but you probably would make way more money than your $35,000 a year.
I don't think so, because most of the guys that call a place like that, it's because they're high, like Ron was, or it's because they're too wimpy to actually do that at what they're talking about in person. They just want to do it anonymously on the phone with a voice. And a lot of them are like shamed about it. They don't, it's a lot of times it's like stuff that they don't want to admit. Like there was a ton of guys that would call and they would set it up like they wanted a threesome. Like, oh yeah, let's do a threesome, me and you and another guy. And it would start off with like, me and the guy, right? But then it would like slowly morph into they were with the guy too. What if while you're doing the guy, what if I step in and what if I'm there too? And what if, what if I start, I don't know what I can say now because
what if we play penis swords? Oh,
right. All right. Yeah. No, you're doing fine. We just can't get too graphic with this, but oh my God.
But so there was like secretly gay guys or gay fantasies, but they were, the guys were married that were calling from their office. They're corporate guys. It's the most boring guys that you would think. The most boring guys had the most messed up fantasies. Like these attorneys and these like accountants and these boring people that go to work in a suit and, they had the most creepiest, weirdest fantasies.
Well, they also say like a lot of guys in powerful positions.
Yes.
They like to be, dominated, let's say.
Yes. They want to be submissive. They want to be
submissive. And so that you probably talk to a lot of those type of people.
You said men in powerful positions like to be submissive?
Yes.
Is Opie, are you talking about yourself?
Ron, what are you doing today? Are you just want to fight? I'll fight you. No problem, Ron.
Opie used to be one of the biggest powerful men in the world.
Ron, let's go. I'll fight you. Ron's feisty today. He's going after me today.
Going after
all
you.
For entertainment purposes.
I know, Ron.
Don't get sensitive.
I'm not getting sensitive, Ron.
He almost lost his girlfriend today.
Well, yeah, I'm a little ornery because I thought I lost my AI voice today. Speaking, it was sad. Do you use the AI? Do you got an AI voice that you feel comfortable with?
No, I'm kind of I don't know. I'm shying away from the AI. I'm like a girl that is still on cassettes. I have trouble with technology. I am the worst when it comes to any of that stuff. I am not. I'm bad. I'm really bad.
Oh, good question. How did this come? How is this on the phone bill? People are asking. It wouldn't be. Bill? Yeah, like if you're hiding this, you're talking to a phone sex operator. How would it appear on the phone bill? The old school phone bill that used to come in the mail. Now we're just paying online.
I think that most of them would put in a credit card and it would go on their credit card. So they probably used a personal credit card that their
what was it? What did it say on the credit card? They're not going to say, 1-800.
No, it's like something incorporated. It's just it's like a business.
Ron knows this.
Ron knows.
Yeah, I know because I had like almost a $400 bill.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You did.
Ron knows. Yeah, the company I think was called like Creative Enterprises or something.
Yeah. You don't know what it is.
Creative Enterprises.
It could be like, a place that does pool parties. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm guessing most of those people, at least a good portion of them, did not show that particular credit card bill to their person, their wife, their girlfriend, whatever. They probably used a card that was not shared jointly. Yeah. I'm guessing.
I'm amazed you lasted 3 years. You really
3 years.
You really needed money.
I really needed money, and it was
3 years. After these stories, I'm thinking you would last a month.
Dude, where was the office? Was it in like Midtown?
Yeah, Midtown Manhattan. I believe 33rd or 34th Street between 7th and 8th, somewhere around there.
That's a bad area. That whole area around Penn Station is a bad area.
Oh, Dude, the Port Authority? Fine. First of all, you don't need to make calls. They're all on the street corner.
Yeah, you could do something just during your cigarette break in that area. Oh my God.
Oh, by the way, speaking of cigarettes, there was a guy who wanted me to take my cigarette and put it out in his eye over and over again. And that would make him splooge. That would make him. Why? Why would you want that?
I don't know what happened.
Kelly, what were the funny noises you hear when they would finally climax? Would they make?
No. We can't, Rod.
We can't.
No, we can't get to. I would love to. I'm not a prude or anything, but the stupid social media apps, they stink with content.
No, but like, did some guys did they sing or? Oh
well, yeah. Did they get that?
Mommy,
Yeah, right. There was some of that.
Mommy?
Yeah, some of that. Creepy. I'm telling you, creep. There's a lot of creeps out there.
Mama.
Yeah, you probably look at guys very differently.
That's why I finally left, because I was starting to hate men, for real. I was like, this is making me hate all men and question all men and question everything men do. And I didn't want to be like that. So I finally left because of, that was one reason, but it was the main reason that I left.
What was the other reason?
But the money sucked, and it's a crappy job. And, I wanted to do something else with my life. Did you just
have a a headset on?
Yeah, a headset with a little microphone that goes, to your mouth. And
Opie, you need the hands free to do other things.
Yeah, exactly. A little cubicle, and I had signs all over my cubicle to remind me of certain things to say on this type of call and this type of call.
Right.
I had a notebook of the people that would call over and over again. I would write down notes of the compliments to give that specific person. This is what this guy likes to hear. This is how to keep this guy on the phone longer. It's really therapy for a lot of people. They call to get off, but they also call to be heard. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. They don't have anyone to talk to. A lot of them, they're just lonely and they need someone to talk to.
It's the ultimate super chat.
Yep.
Yeah. Totally. Did you try to get them off the phone very quickly because you were so grossed out? Oh my God, I just got to get done with this call immediately.
Only if they were truly gross, borderline, stuff I just didn't want to talk about because I couldn't handle it because it was so disgusting. But no, otherwise, because I wouldn't make any money if I did that.
All right. Oh my God, Kelly, you got to come back
with your cigarette. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. That guy would say that for 56 minutes.
That's. I'm honestly, I'm speechless. I've learned a lot today.